Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel and watching my tutorial. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Bree and I'm a self-taught freelance makeup artist. This video is just going to cover my basic foundation routine. Okay, so first I'm going to use a Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit and rub it in all over my face with my hands, make sure I get it everywhere. Next, I'm going to take a dry spoolie and just brush my eyebrow hairs all in the same direction. Then I'm going to take the Rimmel London Cherry Kiss lip pencil to fill in my eyebrows by starting on the top and then filling them in on the bottom. It doesn't matter if this part isn't very neat because you're gonna go around it with concealer and kind of fix it up a little bit. So I'm basically just filling it in and I'm going over my eyebrow hairs so much because my hair is red right now. So I wanna make sure that my eyebrows are the same color and make sure it's, completely filled in. I'm gonna take that same spoolie and just kind of brush over the ends and kind of feather it so it's a little lighter towards the end. Then I'm gonna take the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer Concealer and just basically outline the shape of my eyebrows. I'm gonna get as close to the hairs as possible to make them look very neat. And I'm basically just gonna drag down the concealer on the top and on the bottom. If during this step, if you go over your eyebrow hairs with the concealer or get too close to it, don't worry about it. You can always take an angled brush and brush back over the eyebrow hairs and outline it if need be. I'm gonna take a brush and blend the concealer around my eyebrows so that it's not so concentrated in one area. I have nothing on my face right now, so I'm gonna go around all this area with foundation. So you want to make sure that you're using the brush and your hand to make sure that the concealer is as blended as possible so it doesn't look so harsh. Also, if you want it to look even more natural, you can use a concealer that's your same color as your foundation and use that closer to the eyebrows area by your nose. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender and I'm using Black Opal Total Coverage Foundation. My color is Truly Topaz and I'm basically just gonna take the beauty blender and just go all around my face and blend it in everywhere and make sure that I blend it also on my neck so that, it's the same color everywhere. Also, I normally wash my beauty blender and then I just take a dry towel and squeeze all the excess water out. And I feel like that gives me the perfect texture to use for my foundation. Now I'm gonna take the same concealer that I use around my eyebrows, Kevyn Aucoin. This color is S times 11. I'm gonna put everything in the description box. And I'm going to put it underneath my eyes in a triangle shape and just kind of spread it everywhere so that when I use my beauty blender to blend it in, it'll be easy because I've already put it everywhere that I want it to be with the brush. I'm putting concealer everywhere on my face that I want to be highlighted, which is going to be give me a little bit of dimension to my face. Normally when you put foundation everywhere, you kind of look like a potato head or like you're just all one color. So adding concealer gives you dimension and depth and kind of makes your face, look more alive. So I'm taking the same damp beauty blender and I'm just gonna blend everything in underneath my eyes, make sure that the texture is all the same, that it's very even, because once I place this concealer and then put the powder on top of it, my setting powder, it's gonna keep everything in place. So I wanna make sure that I'm getting everywhere blending really well and making sure that there are no harsh lines. With makeup, you always want things to be kind of blending and seamless and not be able to tell the beginning or the end of two different colors on your face, like your foundation and your concealer. When lines look too harsh, I'll take the bottom of the Beauty Blender that still has foundation on it and kind of blend everything in to make it not look so harsh. Then I'm going to take the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I believe the color is Universal. Like I said, I'll make sure I put everything in the description box. And I'm still using that damp Beauty Blender to apply the setting powder everywhere where I applied the concealer. I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit because it has a bunch of different colors. So like I'm using this one for a light contour that I would use, like, you know, if I'm going out in the daytime or if I'm going to church or something like that. But it also has darker colors to where you can use them if you want a much more dramatic look. So I'm going to take this brush and just basically kind of lightly contour my nose on each side. I feel like contouring has been made to seem so hard, and it's really not. I feel like it's pretty simple. I'm just going to kind of go down the sides of the concealer and just make sure that I'm blending it going up and down my nose and blending it into my eyebrow to make everything look seamless and to make that contour kind of marry the rest of my face. When I'm doing a natural look like this, I like to take my contour into my eyelid to give my eyes a little bit more definition since I'm not going to be wearing any eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to take the second darkest color in the same contour kit, and that's what I'm going to use for my contour on my cheeks because I want that to be just a little bit more dramatic, but I'm not going to use a whole lot of product because I want to keep the look consistent overall and keep it very nice and fresh and natural. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on both sides, do it around my jawline to create a little bit of a kind of slimmer look, and then around my hairline to kind of make my forehead look a little bit smaller. My preference for applying lashes is weave glue. I like to use the Salon Pro Super Hair Bond Glue. I feel like after a while it gets tacky, so pulling them off at the end of the night is super easy and it's never damaged my lashes or anything like that. Make sure that when you're applying lashes, you're using tweezers and holding them in the center of the eyelash because that's where they're gonna apply first, the easiest. And then you can use the tweezers to kind of, you know, manipulate them on each side and push them in there and kind of, you know, play with them until you get them to stick along the lash line. Now I'm going to dust away the setting powder everywhere and also use that brush to kind of make sure that I'm blending as well at the same time and that everything looks very seamless between my contour foundation and my concealer. I like to set my foundation with a powder just so that it's very matte and it gives it that much more polished look. So MAC Studio Finish or Studio Fix's powder is normally heavy, but that just kind of depends on the amount of product that you apply. So I didn't apply it too much, so it's not gonna look too heavy. I'm lightly going back over my eyebrows here to make sure that they look neat and as perfect as possible. The contour kit, I love that orange color in it because I can also use it as a blush. So I've now used it for my contour, for my nose, my cheeks, and I'm gonna use this blush color. So I'm just gonna take this brush and just lightly go over where the contour was, right down the middle of my cheek. When I'm doing a more natural look, I like to do the blush from the balls of my cheeks back to the hairline, like directly on top of the contour, because I feel like it just looks a lot more natural, especially when I put the highlight on top of it. When I'm kind of finished with everything, it's gonna all look very seamless and just everything's gonna kind of marry each other. So using this brush allows me to put the highlight exactly where I want to and not too much or too little. I feel like this brush is allowing me to apply the perfect amount. Now I'm gonna use MAC's Cream Sheen lip gloss, and it is called Boy Bait. It's just like a nude, simple color. I feel like it goes really good over lipsticks, but it also looks perfect when I'm not wearing anything on my lips at all. When I enhance moles on my face or beauty marks, I like to use brown because I feel like black is very harsh and it just doesn't look realistic at all. The last step is using the finishing spray. I feel like this makes such a difference in how long my makeup lasts and what it's gonna look like by the end of the night. My favorite mascara ever since I tried it is Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I feel like it literally changes completely how my eyelashes look and how my real lashes blend into my fake lashes. This is my final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Excuse my hair. I always do my hair last. But thank you, and please leave comments and tell me what you think.